Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your Blue Jay Calls Tarot General Read. It is a general read, so take what helps you find balance in the past, present, and future. Leave anything that doesn't fit you, your situation, or being in balance and flow completely alone. It's not for you. Um, if who knows if this will apply to anyone? It could just be for fun. Maybe you'll like it. Who knows, Virgo? But if it doesn't help, if it hurts or triggers, definitely get rid of it. I don't do private reads, no donations needed. If you do want to donate to tarot card readers, check out Heaven Sent or Am I Tripping or Not Tarot. Those ladies are amazing, inspirational people. And they will appreciate your support. There's bounty all around us. You just need to take a look and see what you can find. We've got various carnelian crystals and such that were gathered here in Oregon, and a friend of mine's got quite an extensive grouping, so if you're ever interested in carnelian for balance or grounding, let me know. I'd be happy to connect you to her. So, with that said, let's get into your reading. I've got a Rider-Waite Tarot deck. We'll be looking at current energy, what's coming in, what's unknown, and a bunch of clarifying cards, because that's where the fun is. So, let's see what your current energy is, Virgo. And I've got the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is also equivalent to a princess. It's about sort of an enthusiasm for something. There may be some aspect of revenge. It's always hard to tell with a page, but there's a message coming. It may be enthusiastically revengeful. Again, so think about your thoughts, like, are you being enthusiastic for revenge? Are you just being enthusiastic? Where do your own thoughts lie in creating balance or whatever question you have? Being a general read, I'm not going to put anything on it like love or money or work or anything like that. You know what question you're looking for. And how these cards flow out may help you find that balance for yourself. So, this Page of Wands is just bringing you a message, maybe over email, of something that's enthusiastic or revenge motivated. And that may alter your state of balance. I'm trying to get a card to pop out here, but I guess we'll just go with that one. The Page of Pentacles for what's coming in. Again, also a princess energy. This is kind, generous, and diligent messages. So what's coming in is kind, diligent, and generous. So that seems like a nice thing coming in. Another message. A lot of messages. Maybe you work on with electronics, emails, a lot of your calls or such are done in that sort of thought realm, that fifth dimension, if you will. Let's see what's unknown to you. The Six of Wands. A lot of wands showing up here in your reading. Six of Wands is about conquest and triumph, having a pride of riches. And since this is showing up as what's unknown to you, you may feel like maybe things aren't going your way, or you're working really hard and you're not getting the success as you'd hope for, Virgo. But whatever that situation is, and that's sort of like unknown to you. Popping out over here is the Ten of Wands, so suggestion that you may have some sort of cruel or overbearing outlook, or somebody has a cruel and overbearing outlook on you that's unknown to you. And this is interfering with your ability to get to a really good place or to be in balance, but you're not really aware of it. It's something on your periphery. Maybe somebody gossiping about you, or just kind of creating a negative energy around something that's going on in your life, Virgo. We'll get some more clarifiers in a little minute. That card just wanted to pop out. So let's clarify this Page of Pentacles about what's coming in. A whole mess of cards wanted to jump out there. We'll just move them around and see which ones of them really want to come out. So what's coming in? I got two cards that sort of stuck there. Four of Wands, again, more wands, so perfected work. And there's some absence and heartache around that with the Three of Swords. There's some sort of interruption. So, again, this what's unknown to you that's preventing a pride of riches, perhaps outside of you or something in your unconscious. It's just sort of like a a lingering thing that affects your consciousness without you really being aware of it, and having all these barriers to it is interfering with this perfected work presented in the Four of Wands, this completion, and what's coming in is sort of a heartbreak and absence, or an interrupt in that perfect work. Let's get another clarifier on this heartbreak interruption. There's a Page of Cups. So another page, sweet, dreamy, and kind page. Then, since it's a Three of Swords, we'll get 3 cards here on it. Let me make sure you can all see these. Page of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, so some sort of illusion or wealth, material obtainment. Then we get the Hermit. So this interrupt and absence may be about 3 different situations or 3 different thought things, some of which you're kind of dreamy and kind about and kind of, thinking about. And then there's like this illusion or this material obtainment that's going on, and it's only an illusion because in the sense it's grounded into the 3D. It's not something you can take with you to higher self, but it can create that comfort. And then there's this Hermit card, so it all may be one flow story with the Three of Swords. I always think of like potentially third party situations, which can apply in anything. It might be friends, it might be different situations in your life, and anyway, we'll get a sort of overall outcome from this interrupt and absence and see what we get there. It's a Tower moment coming up, so that might be all one flow where you wind up being the Hermit and thinking about things in a dreamy, kindly way, maybe thinking about how you're going to build your wealth or a relationship or something. But the Tower moment, on one side of the tower you got the Nine of Swords, so some despair, cruelty, just like a situation with a lot of lack of pity, and you maybe come into a realization about that. And on the other side, we have the Queen of Wands showing up, who's adaptable and sympathetic, and so you may find yourself stuck between a situation where you want to be kind and sympathetic, but this other side of the circumstances are cruel and overbearing, or you're stuck between being cruel and overbearing instead of being kind and sympathetic. It's a Tower moment, so a lot of shit could be revealed, and the result of that is the Page of Swords. So sort of using your wisdom and strength and insight, and again, this may be all about messages. There's a whole lot of pages showing up in this reading, which is all about messages, and messages can go either way in either direction. As a final outcome here for all this stuff, we have the Five of Wands. So again, more wands. These might be messages. There's strife and conflict involved in the Five of Wands, and again, I'd be cautious about any messages coming in or how you're talking to yourself to avoid internal strife and conflict. Perhaps unconsciously block yourself from this perfected work, as the cards imply. Let's get another clarifier on this. Yeah, the King of Swords. So this is like a powerful, sort of distrustful, wary, cautious, controlled king, and he's got a sword, so he's ready to use it at times. And your balance might be better achieved by not letting emotional states of those outside of you influence you, or allowing others' lack of good intentions, their work towards creating discomfort in you, affect you by being cautious and controlled. And that may be a correct interpretation of this, since we're getting the Nine of Cups here. That sort of steady energy, cautiousness, control will lead you to that Nine of Cups. Yeah, don't be too big of an overbearing force. Eight of Wands, your freedom is there. You don't have to create warfare. You're always free inside yourself. Be more sympathetic, perceptive, and confident as you go forward, and not so aggressive like the King of Swords. Yeah, and then you'll get to your abundance. On the bottom of the deck is the Lovers, so that the Lovers always implies love outside of the self, but really it's a choice of love inside of yourself and balancing the feminine, the male aspects of you, so you can feel whole, happy, and complete in everything that you're doing. I got one more card for you here from the Zen Cohen deck, and let's see, I've wound up with the same card 2 reads in a row here, so that's kind of weird, but oh, you got 2 here. So, water is one essence, but drunk by a cow, it becomes milk, while drunk by a snake, it becomes poison. So remember that what you take in isn't always meant for you. You may be taking in something that becomes poison. You may be taking in something that is milk and nectar for nourishing babies. So think about the medicine you bring into yourself, the people, the energy, and how that affects your own balance. And if you are in a state of suffering, this card would seem to imply that making medicine from that suffering, in other words, looking at your own internal strengths, finding where you're strong and where you're in your power, is a good thing to meditate on. How can you take the things that you suffered and turn them into a strength, which is often easier said than done. But again, the work of inner balance is different for each one of us. Loving ourselves, balancing our inner feminine and male is definitely a way to peace and harmony. Take care until next time, Virgo.